Welcome. Thank you all for being here today for a great announcement. As you can see, I'm excited. I know Derrick's excited, and our entire organization is excited about Derrick being here with us for a few more years. So excited about it. Derrick, I know you're excited to be here, and I remember getting a text from you, fired up about being back, and looking forward to it.
First and foremost, I want to give a big thanks to the Bashadi family, Eric DaCosta and his staff, and Raven Nation, Flock Nation for all the support, and EDC and Mr. Bashadi give me the opportunity to be able to get this extension, and I'm very grateful and blessed to be in this position. Couldn't do it without my teammates who helped me get in this position to receive a blessing like this, and I give all the glory to God, and always keep God first. Thank my family, my girl, my daughters, my motivation, and I'm just grateful to be able to be in this league this long and get another opportunity like this.
Yeah, Derrick, I mean, once you finally got it done, what does it mean to you to kind of for the Ravens to go and commit to you for even more than was last year as well?
I'm just very grateful for this organization. Just like last year, coming off the season I had, I wasn't really happy, and I wanted to prove myself and just get an opportunity, and they gave me that opportunity, and I'm very appreciative of how much they value me to give me an extension, and I just want to show them how much it means to me, and how much this organization means to me by the way I work and what I do on the field.
Derrick, when we first talked to you last year after you initially signed, I'm sure this was an eye-opening experience for you after how long you've been in Tennessee. At what point of your first season in Baltimore did you kind of figure, okay, this is definitely where I want to be, I know my contract, but if we could extend this even more, this is the place I want to be and potentially finish my career out?
Yeah, I think just embarking on a new journey. I was in Tennessee for 8 years, so coming here, everything was new, and all I wanted to do is gain my respect from my teammates and everybody in this organization by the way I work and carry myself. And over time, as I got here, I just fell in love with everything, with the brotherhood, by the way they work, how they approach everything. And then getting to the season, it's like icing on the cake. I know we came up short, but it was a lot of fun, and we have a lot of great players, a lot of top players in this league, playmakers. So it's always fun when you got guys around you that are at the top of their position and can change the game at any point.
Derrick, along those lines, you mentioned, I think, Lamar was one of the reasons you came here and so forth. I don't know if you've thought about it at all, but did you sort of look back on last season? What was that like in terms of you two playing together, in terms of what you could do and what you think you guys can do going forward?
Yeah, I really enjoyed last season a lot, because like I said, I was in Tennessee for 8 years, and being able to play alongside a player like Lamar, best player in the league, it was just dynamic and a lot of fun. There's a lot of young guys on offense and on this team, so I feel like they give me youth and give me a lot of energy. And last year it was a lot of fun. We accomplished winning the division, got into the playoffs, but ultimately we came up short. So it's a lot of fuel that should go into this season. Guys should be motivated. I'm motivated, and hungry to get ready for the next one.
Willie, obviously this was a pairing that worked out really well, the Ravens and Derrick. If you were to summarize why is Derrick such a great fit here in Baltimore?
Well, I think he fits our identity as an organization, and I think he fits Baltimore as a city and what the city stands for. And when you watch him play, you watch the Ravens play. When you always watch the Ravens play, it was always dominating and physical. And when you watch Derrick run, it's dominating and physical. And You think about our city, we're dominating in physical. So I think he just fit everything about Baltimore and the Ravens organization. And, you know, everyone I talked to about the Ravens organization before I got here and now being a part of it, it's always been top notch. The Ravens organization is one of the best in the league. And then Derrick came here, and he's top notch and one of the best running backs in the league. And he just fit everything about us.
Derrick, going back to playing with Lamar, I know when you signed your first contract here, people were asking about the age and everything. Did playing by Lamar allow you to do what you did last year with maybe some less wear and tear?
Yeah, I think definitely. I mean, he's just so dynamic. You know, you got to count from every single play, and eyes are gonna be on him. Just by the player he is with his arm and with his legs, and for me, that makes me happy. So, I get more opportunities, and they gotta account for him just as much as they account for me. So, it's fun playing alongside him and all these guys on offense. Just playmakers all around, and I know he has a lot of fun. I mean, you guys see the highlights and the plays he make. These guys love playing for him, and I love being a teammate.
Derrick, I think if you get over 1,300 yards this year, you'll go into the top 10 all-time NFL rushing. How important is that for you? I mean, because then now you're getting into like really big historical categories now.
Yeah, when you say something like that, it's just like it's a surreal moment to be able to have that opportunity and be in that conversation. God has blessed me tremendously, and since I was 5 years old, I fell in love with this game, and playing this position. I always looked up to great running backs who played this game at a high level, who are legends of the game, and dreaming of my name being mentioned with them one day. And for me to somewhat have the opportunity, it's so surreal, and God is so good. I've had a lot of people throughout my life to help me get to this point.
Derrick, have you had any conversations with Keaton and Justice, and what are you looking forward to building upon with them?
Yeah, they just told me congratulations, which I really appreciated. We have so much fun in that room, and we all are so competitive. All we want to do is make each other better. They're like brothers to me. We all just try to help each other get better in the aspect that we can, and Coach Tag make sure that we are on our details. We doing what we need to do, getting the best out of us when we're on the field, and letting it translate from the position meetings to the field, so we can be at our best, and that's all we want for each other.
Really, along those lines, how does Derrick kind of set the tone in that room for that group as a whole?
I think it's been great. You take a guy like Derrick who's played at a high level his entire career, and to come in and the way he practiced, the way he take beatings, and for those younger guys to see that, I mean, it sets an example for them. They all young, they all want to have a career like Derrick, and to see that he's this deep into his career and he still take it as if he was a rookie has changed our room dramatically. Those guys come in and they want to be on top of their game. They don't want to make a mistake. They don't want to take Derrick off. But more importantly, they want to play at a level, at a standard that Derrick has set from the beginning. And it's been fun, like being in there and watching all those guys grow, and all those guys getting confident each and every day. And I think that by itself is going to help them become a better football player.
Willie, the stereotypes about running backs when they hit a certain age. Why do you think Derrick defies that? When you look at a contract like this, it's clear Baltimore, the organization's not worried or consumed by the age. Why do you think he kind of makes that not matter in a lot of ways?
Well, I think if you watch his work ethic and you see the way he works on and off the field, how he take care of his body, and then just to watch him out there, you don't see a downside. He's still getting stronger, if you ask me. But the way that he works, and then the performance. You look at the performance he had last year. One of his better years, and that's that's 9 years in. That's big time. But Derrick works hard. It's important to him. He told you guys a minute ago he wants to win a Super Bowl. And I know he's going to do everything he can to help this football team to accomplish that.
Really, what does it mean, I guess, to you, sort of
Baltimore be such an attractive place for running backs to produce and sort of the reputation you guys have?
Well, it's great. Like I said a minute ago, like Derrick fits, again, our identity as a football program organization, and to continue to have good running backs come in here and setting the standard, again, what we're going to be. It's exciting, and exciting to have him for a couple more years here with us and being able to watch him go do what he does best, and that's run the football and run through people and make all of us excited by scoring touchdowns.
Derrick, kind of a two-part question. One, how quickly did this come together? I know you had said early in the offseason that you would like to finish your career here. So how quickly did the process come together, and was it significant to you to get paid more than any 30-plus running backs ever got?
Yeah, I mean, anytime it's a negotiation, between two sides, it might take some time, but that's just the business side of things, but when you both want to get something done, then it'll eventually happen. But I'll just stay patient and let my representatives, my agent, them talk to them, and see how far we've come, and we finally got to an agreement, which I was happy with. But I mean, not so much like focus on being the highest paid 30-year-old, in the NFL ever, but just both of us coming to agreement with both made sense on both sides, and us both being happy with, and I'm very happy that we were finally able to get that done.
Derrick, how much pride do you take in? I mean, you look throughout your career, professional, collegiate, whatever. The consistency has always been there, and even at times, talk about the age of running backs. It seems like people wait for a cliff that hasn't shown up yet. Like, how much pride do you take in the consistency and just the eliteness that you play with every year?
Yeah, I just think, I want to be great, so, I'm, no matter how good it is or no matter how bad it is, I'm always focused on me trying to get better, each and every day and each and every way I can. And I think, for you to be great, you got to focus on being consistent. You got to outwork everybody, and that's the approach I try to take every single day I wake up. Even the days you don't want to, you gotta find a way. And I think as long as you focus and determine on your goals and what you want to do and the player you want to be and what your play and how you carry yourself helps your team, and I think you're gonna do whatever you can to make that happen, accomplish everything you want to accomplish as a team, and if you have any individual goals as well.
Baltimore has been the support of your family throughout your careers, and especially now for you to make a decision to stay 2 more years.
Say it one more time, sorry.
Baltimore has been the support of your family throughout your career, and especially now to stay 2 more years in Baltimore.
Yeah, they're excited. My family, that's my backbone. That's my support. Whatever decision I make, they're gonna support me regardless, and they were definitely happy that I was able to work through and get an extension done so I can be here for a couple more years. They love it here. They love the city, love the organization. We're all happy and excited for sure.
Derrick, now you're signed through 2027. When you sign the contract, do you think, okay, now I can finish my career here, or do you think, what, I can maybe even play beyond this contract?
Yeah, I think it's just focus on this year, and then focus to continue to get better year after year that I'm here, and that's always gonna be my focus. I love football. I love playing. I know people look at the age, but I don't really try to focus on that. I just focus on how can Derrick Henry be better? How can Derrick Henry help the Ravens get to where they want to get to, and me being the best teammate I can be to my teammates.
Derrick mentioned not being happy with last season in terms of how it ended, falling short of the goal. Curious, how long does something like that take you to get over? How much does that play into the motivation? How quickly you're kind of back at it again?
Yeah, I think you never get over it. I think you just deal with it, because that's just what it is. And when you get the opportunity again, try to make it a different outcome. especially on my part, and how I play. And I think everybody who's on this team feels that same way. But I think, you got to put the work in for that to be able to happen. And then when we all here, push each other, hold each other accountable, and make each other better. So we on that field, it all comes together, and we all get what we want at the end of the day.
Derrick, a lot of these press.
To get over the hump to make the Super Bowl and win. Personally, what you need to do.
What do I need to do?
Yes.
Yeah, I always think I can do my job a lot better, than I did last season. And I think, the saying is, you're only as good as your last game, and I don't think my last game was up to par to my standard. I think when I'm in that position again, just play better. But right now, just focus on getting better, improving, getting stronger, working on my weaknesses, and improve the things that I'm good at to be able to help this team and be better than I was last year, just so we're better.
Derrick, a lot of times these press conferences, guys roll in about 20 minutes before, sign their deal, and talk to us. Seems like you were here very early this morning. Is that accurate?
Yeah, I was. I was 30 minutes to sleep.
What's that?
I was 30 minutes to sleep. I got in here this morning and worked out. I just had some flight trouble. I think it was bad weather in Dallas, and my flight got a little delayed, so I got in really late. And once I got in, it was almost time to get here. I think I got home 4:45 in the morning, and I wanted to get here at 6 something. So I was like, I'm just gonna stay up and just come get here and go work out.
So you even stayed for a workout after signing the deal?
No, I worked out before. I've worked out before, and so I wanted to go to sleep, but I just couldn't. I just stayed up. I was like, I'm just gonna wait and then go to the facility.
How quick are you, your workout routine, obviously everyone knows about, how quick after the season are you back in the gym?
Yeah, I think I waited, a week after we played Buffalo, and my mom was going crazy. I was like, I gotta go work out. So I just came back in here and start working out. I couldn't wait no more. I couldn't hold off. So I came back in the facility.
Sorry, does it matter to you at all that, the season ends in Buffalo and week 1, you guys right back in there playing them again?
No, not really, because it's a new season. They won that game, and you can't do nothing about the past. But you can do something when you play them. When we played them week 1. They were the better team in the playoffs, and that's why they advanced. So we got to focus on being the better team when we see them week 1.
Derrick,
Just a big picture question for you. You're from Yulee. They take a lot of pride in you and your NFL career. Just what does it mean to you to have the longevity and success that you've had in the league, and just being a role model that young kids back in Yulee are looking up to?
Yeah, I take very much pride in that, and being someone that the youth can look up to and admire, because I was just that same kid back in the day, and I'm very grateful to be able to play this long and have these opportunities. And all I want to do is just open doors up for kids in Yulee and Jacksonville and the whole 904, Duval, and Nassau County area, and kids all over that I've been to, and just be an inspiration to go out there and want to go be somebody and do something, have dreams, have aspirations, work hard in school, work hard in sports, whatever your desire is to get what you want out of life. And I take pride in that, and hopefully I can continue to inspire kids in Yulee and kids all over to go be somebody and do something special in life.
Derrick, go ahead, Chief.
Willie, I know when you're dealing with Derrick, a lot of times during the season, it's focus on practices, games. Do you ever take time to kind of think, you're connected right now to a guy that's going to be considered one of the all-time greats. Do you ever kind of think about things like that?
Not really. Derrick just a normal guy. When he comes in, just like a normal player, and he wants to get better. You don't really think about doing the time, all the accomplishment. I think once the season over with and you start watching film and seeing what he's doing, you start looking like, wow, And then you get excited again. He signed the contract. I was excited. I'm going to watch this film a couple more years, But no, he's such a great player, and I can't mess him up. I got to make sure I don't mess him up. But I will say this: Derrick has he's made me a better coach. You know, a guy that's 9 year in, he comes in and every play, Derrick want to know what he did well and what he didn't do well, and he wants to know right then and there. So you as a coach got to be on top of it. But you love that too because he wants to be great, and all the other guys see that, and that's what you're shooting for. And that's what you love as a coach, a guy that wants to be great, want to work at it, and want to be the best to help this football team.
Derrick, overall, big picture about offense, you a lot of stability in that group. Most players are returning. You added DeAndre Hopkins to the group. What do you feel like is the ceiling for this offense?
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to get into, any expectations because, like I said before, everything looks good on paper until you go out there and actually do it. We know what we're capable of and what we can do, but we know the work we got to put in to do those things and get where we want to go and be one of the top offenses in the league. It's a lot of work we still got to put in. Got a lot of great players around the offense, and you got to put the work in individually, and then we all get together collectively to do those things, to be a top team, top offense, and do things special that we want to do to get where we want to go.
All right, thanks, gentlemen.
Thank you.